just as you have various sports, so do we have various goats for the different sports. And no matter how you want to be diplomatic about it, you must have one player or one sportsman that you have this attachment to, that you just feel is like the picture of the sport for you. I want to start with Kolade, because I don't know who is Kolade's good. I'm sure it's not be one player I'm thinking of. But Kolade,
What else?
tell me, is he?
Is it football? Or are we talking?
Okay, let's start with other
different-
sports, because most times we
sports.
do football. So let's start with other
Usain
sports.
Bolt, bro. Usain Bolt. And why is Usain Bolt for me is because, believe it or not, I should have been the next Usain Bolt. I was so
Someone had
fast.
always
You were the
won
next
this thing
World
for
Cup
this.
before,
When
now
we
you're
see-
next Usain
when
Bolt.
we start,
The traits are there. I told you that they used to call me Young Walcott for one reason, because I was fast.
eh.
So what
it was
happened?
how many,
obvious
how
that I
many
was so
seconds
fast.
were you running 100
I was not
meters?
really calculating, but if I had pushed myself further, I'm not even joking, I could have represented
How many medals
Nigeria.
did you win in running?
I won several medals. I can bring them to
God.
the next
In
show.
what? Is it in your school?
100
or
in my school, and also like
did you win in Lagos?
See,
Yes,
when we
now.
are doing this
National.
shit
Yes,
like
now
this,
I
I'm not
won
saying
in
you should come
Lagos.
and be
I can
telling
bring
me
my
things
medals.
that-
I won
So why
running.
didn't
I won
you-
in long jump as well.
why didn't
because
you-
of
How
my
many
speed.
meters do you run?
I run 200 and I run 100, and I also do 4x100.
Ah.
That's how fast I was.
Shit.
Don't be so bring all these things. Like,
That's
no,
how
wala.
fast I can bring my medals to our
So
next
why didn't
shoot.
you?
But why
go
didn't you
on
follow
to-
your
Come
goats?
on now. My parents were of the opinion that more education is
It's
the
key.
You could have used. You should have gotten an athletic scholarship now and gone to America.
Whoa, bro. Let's wait. I followed other
I don't
parts.
believe that Kolade is.
I'll bring my
100
medals. Yeah, I don't
meters.
cap now.
No, you can bring
I've
medals,
told
but how are we sure that it's
you know
100
sometimes
and
when you lie, you forget your lie. You keep on lying and lying. But I said
Are
they used to call me
consistent.
Young Walcott. All the so-called lies.
This one that's so
they
should go
add
and
up.
stand
No,
and
it's
shout
not-
who
it's
is
not-
Mario.
it's
Who
not
is
his-
Mario?
His own is pure. How you say?
Who is
The moment I
Mario?
knew
How
was
is
lying
it
was
now?
when he said he scored 100 goals from left
How many
back.
times have I said that?
You
So
I
you
know
know
it's a
that
lie.
I'm saying
It's a lie, bro. You've
Listen, I
lied
wish
to
I could-
yourself.
I wish I could show
100
you.
goals from left
We were
back.
counting goals
From left back.
from left back.
But it's possible.
We're
You know,
counting goals.
you know the highest
We
goal
don't- we don't
scorer
play ball
for
every day.
Norway, in which Erling Brot Haaland just broke his
scored
record. He was he scored after he scored those 33 goals. The next coach made him a left back, and he never scored again. So probably he might have scored like.
I was
and
an
they push
attacking
him.
left back.
Go and rest.
Very
Just
attacking
kind-
like I had a wipe shot.
Wait,
I'm
so,
the
for,
player.
for you
So-
to have scored Bolt, So
Yeah.
what's the idea behind you choosing Usain Bolt then?
It was like when you think about after that moment in Beijing, when you just think about athletics, when you think about running, when you think
Yeah.
about 100 meters, 200 meters, there was only one name that would come to your mind. My own idea of a goat is synonymous with that sport. When you think about that sport, that person it comes to your mind, whether you like him, whether you don't like him. That's the name that comes to your mind, and then that person can also back it with results. You have the track record to show for.
What
it.
if the
I can
stats for that
handle
your
the
goals
highest pressure.
doesn't match? Like another player might have eclipsed it, but just because you feel does
Yeah,
that coming for you?
it's allowed. Some people will always break records, but so far that player is still synonymous. Is the first name that comes to mind. I mean, Alan will go on to break several goal scoring records, but I can tell you that people will still be synonymous with Thierry Henry and Alan Shearer. It's just how it is. It's just how it is for several reasons. So, but if Alan can also immerse himself into that kind of player that when they think about forwards, is the one that would,
Standard.
it's his name that they will see as the standard, then fine. But for me, it was the same boat. No cap.
In basketball,
Yeah.
who's your goat?
Thank you there. So let's move to
Jordan.
you. Let's move to
Wait, who is your goat? Who is your goat in basketball?
I have two goats.
No, one.
Okay,
one.
okay, one. Just
Choose
tell
one.
us. It's Jordan.
LeBron
LeBron is a
and Allen
good shout.
Iverson. Now my Allen Iverson
That
one.
one
It's
is
just like in football now.
your
I have
personal-
the general goat.
Yeah,
and I have
your
my personal goat.
That's your
My personal goat
goat.
is AI because AI, it looked short,
Yeah.
so it gave me a lot of
Hope.
hope. Exactly,
Oh.
because I was very tiny. To see someone like that doing
So that if
the
you can
things he
do
was
it,
doing
you can
against.
do it as well.
Yeah, and it inspired me to this point, even though I never made it as a sportsman. I mean, at least I tried. But yeah, AI was everything. And say I'm braiding my hair now because I'm
Because you're trying to.
you know now.
So what was your?
Mine
No,
Well,
is
the brand
don't forget. Though, you already in one of our videos you said JJ.
JJ is your
goat.
goat.
Don't change mouth.
come on, now
here.
you're asking me for other sports.
Hey,
We're starting from other
eh,
sports
okay,
now.
Okay, continue.
I'm not taking away my JJ.
Don't change it.
Let's
Continue.
continue.
My
For me,
goat-
it's tennis.
Tennis.
Okay.
Serena Williams. God, the aura she brings
Yeah.
on court. It's something that, is it her dress? Is it the way she makes it, the way she shouts, the way she shows the energy? Like every time she's on court, you just know that there is a symbol of tennis on court. She just had that aura around her. Although I felt so bad for her sister too,
Venus.
Venus, because
Venus was
Venus
the one I
Venus
originally
also had
loved.
that talent, but it just couldn't happen. At some point, she couldn't continue with the competition with her sister because she even had 7 Grand Slam before Serena Williams
Yeah.
even got to
But
that
she also
level.
had some health issues.
But Serena
Yeah.
is more synonymous.
And
with
the funny
sports.
thing with it is that Serena was not even tipped to be that great. Her father
Yeah.
did not believe in
Yeah,
her.
it was
Venus
Venus.
She was
was
hiding
exceptional.
to go and
Venus
do
that
it.
they
Venus was
believed
the
in.
main person that
Yeah.
was seen as the next big thing. But Serena eclipsed every bound. Every time I see her, even I don't talk about tennis, female, it's her that comes to mind. And
Fair
then
enough.
it's a huge
Another
one.
goat of mine in another sport, although people don't really see him as that guy anymore because he had some controversy over him. But
Have in mind, I know who
Tiger
I'm talking.
Woods.
Yes, I know. My thing is
Tiger
Tiger
Woods, man.
The controversy was that he cheated on his wife.
Well,
And he's
They
the great,
made it look
and he
as
did the
if-
greatest
They
comeback.
made it look as if he killed someone.
well,
I mean, it was terrible in itself.
yeah.
But the coverage of that whole thing was very, very weird.
I think it was unnecessary, right?
You know,
It
he was
wildly unnecessary.
till date. Tiger Woods is still the face of golf.
Yeah,
bro.
And
The
when
legacy
that thing
cannot
happened,
be-
he was in a good space where he was winning, he was dominating everywhere, and that was
Swinging
really a
like
big
Tiger
cloud,
Woods,
a
man,
dark
bro.
cloud in his career.
Yeah.
And he came back from it. I think that was the biggest point of it.
Yeah.
And then win a Masters. I don't know how he did it. Despite the
It was-
injuries,
it
still
was- it
trying
was
to do
crazy,
it, but
man.
he's still Baba, he's still good. Like,
I mean, my favorite goat shy is Shelly Ann Fraser Price.
oh,
That's
I
for
beg.
me. That's everybody knows.
I beg, she's
Once
not-
it's Shelly Ann
she's-
like this, just leave me alone.
She's not really good at anything.
That's the
She's
only-
not
eh?
really good at
Eh?
anything.
oh, she's goated.
She's
though.
not
She's
say
not
that.
really good at
She's
anything.
goated.
5-time world champion, 2-time Olympic champion in the 100.
If we're
So
going to,
if we start
if we're
calling
going to
people
other
by their
sports, it's-
accolades
it's
now,
Michael Phelps.
No, Phelps.
Phelps, I don't know. That one, he was
Nobody-
born inside
He was
water.
born in the. He was born
That one,
inside
they
the
don't-
water.
they don't
If
right?
it's like
that
it's
one.
Nigerian, we just maybe Mami Water na him born am, but he's so good with
Okay,
it.
so okay, this is a bold one. Let me put you guys on the spot here. So if you had to rank 5 sportsmen across all sports, you know, don't tell me your reason. I don't want to know your reason for ranking them anyway. Just name 5 different sportsmen from number 1 to 5. Don't tell us
I have
your
to
reason.
rank them.
Yeah, just rank them from 1 to 5, meaning from highest to lowest, 1 to 5 across all
Okay, before we go,
sports.
are we talking about maybe let's leave the ones we watched or the ones even if
Anyone,
we add
whether
ones
you
we not
watch
watch.
them, whether what you know about them, anything at all, your top 5
Okay.
good sportsmen across all sports.
Well, I have 2 from athletics.
Okay.
I have 1 from football.
Just one from football.
I have 1 from tennis.
Mm.
So my number 1 across everything is Pele.
Yeah, blessed man.
And for me, what sets Pele apart is that, and the reason why I think Pele is just simply unbeatable, no matter what anybody does after, is that he did it when it was extremely hard to be who he was. There was a black man living in the 50s, 60s, and everybody unanimously agreed that this guy
It's good.
It's just
is
something
like
else.
separate. You know what it meant, you know how good he had to be seen like that. To do what he did at 17, to last that long, because they were always kicking him every game. They were after this guy. They battered this guy. They kicked him out of a World Cup, almost kicked him out of another one, and still he was able to last. He won 3 World Cups. He broke a lot of records, set a lot, and most importantly, all the skills we see today that were
Yeah, they
fascinated
already
by
done one.
Pele
Yeah, he
version
has
of
done a
them
lot of them.
years before they even became mainstream or anything. And I think Pele is just growing up. We saw Pele as football.
Symbol of football, like till
Yeah,
date.
And he will always be that for me. So Pele is number 1. Number 2 is Usain Bolt. What Bolt did, I don't think people quite understand. You know, his world record has lasted for 15 years. I can't remember if there has ever been a time that a world record has lasted that long, at least in recent times. It was always getting broken maybe at least 2 years
2 years
after 2 years,
after.
but nobody's even getting close to the record. And there's a reason why. It was just ridiculous what he did. And to consistently win because Bolt was under pressure. Even when, he was battered, he was not in the right frame of mind, nothing, he still found a way to win. Even when Gatlin was running faster the whole year, he still found a way to win. And to win 3 consecutive Olympics, that's 12 years apart. Incredible. And, for 3 world championships as well. So Bolt is... And third is Shelley-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Fraser-Pryce was not supposed to be at the Olympics in 2008. Not because she didn't qualify, but because her own people said she must not go. She beat Veronica Campbell-Brown, at the qualifiers from the Jamaican trials. And everybody said, she beat a vet. We don't trust this small girl to do anything because she was also just 21. She's about the same age as Usain Bolt. But she went there and she didn't only medal, she won it. And then she came back in 2012 and won it again. And she's won 5 world championships. She had an injury. She ran with an injury at the 2016 Olympic final and won a bronze medal. Like, she literally didn't have a toe and she won a bronze medal. She went to have a baby, came back and dusted everybody.
That was one of the biggest things she did.
It's crazy.
It was crazy because people didn't even expect her to win after childbirth.
Yeah, and then she came back and dusted everybody again and won multiple world championships. And also, in her 30s, she actually went below 10.7 and set new personal best multiple times. And she had a whirlwind season where she was just doing 10.6. It's crazy what she has done. Unbeatable. Number 4 is Rafael Nadal. For me, that's a goat of tennis. So I don't care if you're a Djokovic fan, Federer, Rafa. It's always right. I know you.
The way he made himself, the way he owned that clay.
Yeah,
So
that's the thing. The clay court, like nobody employs.
But he won on all surfaces.
He won on all surfaces, actually. He was just
but
so dominant.
when you're talking about all surfaces, the most dominant is Djokovic. Djokovic has won 3 Grand Slam in every of the
Djokovic came
surfaces.
at the time when...
No, don't put
those
that.
guys
No,
were
it's
not
a lie.
at their
That's a lie.
Yes.
That is a
Yes,
lie.
it is
See,
true
this is the deceit
It's the truth.
people always
It's not
bring in.
deceit.
It's a lie.
Let's move on. It's the
It's a
fact.
lie. They were still competing at their highest level when Djokovic came in.
And
Don't
the fact
take it
is,
away.
Rafa,
That's a lie.
after so many injuries,
He
still
still
came back
to
win and win on different surfaces again.
No,
That's my goat.
And
I mean, I understand
accept your
if Djokovic is your
Leave
goat.
his
though.
goat.
No,
Or
I'm not arguing, but
Djokovic-
saying that
it's
Djokovic
Abi.
came
That's your
in when
goat.
they were already passed by. No, that's wrong.
No, they
That's
were on
not
their.
true.
They were already.
They were not
like, going
already
down.
anywhere. They were
kind
not
of
already
gone.
anywhere. They were not already anywhere. Mm-mm. They were
It's
not
Shah
already
Rafael
anywhere.
Nadal.
Yes, I accept.
Come and beat me.
I'm not beating you. I accept. Your goat is allowed.
Come and beat me.
That's a good one. That's a good list.
Which other
So,
sport
Zini, what's
exists?
yours?
I said 4.
4. Okay, one more.
Which other sport exists?
Different
There's
sports.
sports.
Eh?
You,
Table tennis, Segun Toriola.
I've got Aruna Quadrina.
No,
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know again. No. Which other sports?
There are lots of
different
sports
sports
now,
now.
except you don't have
Which
interest. We
one?
cannot be calling them for you now.
Basketball.
Do you
I've said basketball.
you talk about golf?
Oh, LeBron. Sorry,
Okay,
LeBron.
I
basketball.
think
Yeah.
he did basketball.
LeBron.
He talked about
No,
No,
not
no,
in
one.
this
not
one.
in this one. That was his personal.
okay, yes,
I
the
said
past.
Pele.
Okay, yes,
Yeah.
okay.
Bolt,
Shelley,
Shelley-Ann,
yeah.
Rafa, and
LeBron.
yeah.
Okay, for me, let me start with football. First, it has to be Pele. I did not watch him play, but I know I saw clips, and if there's anything to talk about football, he always stands as that icon. It's like that unifying figure for footballers. Nobody can come and tell you that you are not played. The way we used to have that Ronaldo and Messi banter. For Pele, it's always straightforward. The records are always straight. That this is the man that just changed the game and paved way for athletes all over the world that we are seeing currently. Secondly, for me, has to be Simeon Biles. Like that gymnast, no one ever gave her a chance for how her stature, how small she looked, and all. And
That inspires you, Abby. Considering you are 4'2".
I'm not for to say respect yourself.
You are 4'2".
So to see how, because she kept trying. If you know the number of errors that Simone Biles had in her life, like she had no reason to be as good as she is, until the point she learned how to be a perfection in the art. Like she even now has studies in her name. She has like people respect her wherever she goes to. She's the most decorated gymnast of all time currently, and it just shows you so much of what she has brought in I think for her part, it's more of personal dedication to her job,
Yeah.
to making sure that she takes away every no and every negativity out of her. And now she's ripping out of it. I don't even the last Olympics she had a mental breakdown. She had to quit. Not this one, sorry, that was in Tokyo, the delayed Tokyo 20 Olympics that was done in 2021. But coming back in the 2024 Olympic Games and put out such amazing display, it just shows how resilient she has been. So I really, really like that from her. And then I'll talk about the other one has to be Novak. I like Novak.
Of course, we knew that was coming.
It's
way
just
you've
like when he
defended.
came in. No, it's not a matter of defending. Novak came in when there was no love to be shared. Nada has
Aw.
taken the fan base.
Aw.
Federer had taken the fan base, but still he
Aw.
has to struggle. He had to do it, and for him to be the first person, only male player with 24 Grand Slam titles, equal that of Margaret Court. I'm so happy for him, and to have even gotten that Olympic medal that eluded him, it just shows you how good it's been for him. I also have another person in tennis, that's Serena Williams. I always talk about her. I can't talk about female tennis, WTA, and not mention Serena Williams. She's just it for me. And the last but not the least has to be Tiger Woods. Tiger. Anything I thought has to do with golf, just bring Tiger Woods. Like he's the man there. He will continue to be the face because currently there is no champion that is as consistent. Like we don't have this constant form in the John Ram, not so constant. Even with the recent issues they're having, the PGA, the Saudi, all of them. But
Yeah.
it's all good for him. I think these are my 5. Like I love those.
All right, so you guys have wasted all the time in the world. So I'm not going to waste time with mine. I'll just go straight to it. My first on my list is obviously Pele. It needs no explanation. I think it's first on all
our
our
list.
all
Pele
our
comes.
lists. So that
So
makes a
that's
lot
our
of
goat.
sense. So Pele is the unrivaled goat. Agreed on B in Nigeria. So number 2 for me is Usain Bolt. I've explained why Usain Bolt is the goat. But number 3 for me is Cassius Clay, popularly known as Muhammad Ali.
Hey.
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali he was like the definition
Ali.
of boxing. When it comes to boxing, Muhammad
Yeah,
Ali
Ali
comes to mind.
stands-
Remains the
He's
face.
on his
explanation.
own.
Number 4, we don't really follow baseball in this part of the world, but Babe Ruth
Ruth.
is the greatest baseball player of all time. Like when you think about baseball, you just have to think about Babe Ruth.
Please, can I add number 6? Number 6, JJ.
I know, Sarah. You have your 8 against MJ for.
It's not
for
hate though, I don't
you have
hate
your
him.
beef
You have.
against him for
My
whatever
team
reason.
used to batter him now.
I
Bad
don't,
boy
I don't
Pistons.
care any bias you have against him, but MJ literally made a name in that sport and made
No respect.
it paved the way for people like LeBron to also
Yeah.
get the
Yeah, of course,
recognition and
of
everything.
course.
So for me, those are my top 5 goats of all time.
I've told you number 6 now.
What's number
JJ.
6?
JJ. The real JJ.
But my Nigerian goats is Stephen
Yeah.
Keshi.
Stephen
Yeah. Won the AFCON as a
My
player. and
Nigerian
also
goat is
as a
Christian
coach.
Chuku.
I hear that.
Christian Chuku was
Chairman
was top.
Chuku.
Christian Chuku was top. What's your name? Okay, we know your own.
know your
It's
own.
JJ now. The real
JJ
JJ. Are you
Okocha.
joking?
But just to
We
wrap this
dribble.
up here, so what's the criteria? What's the criteria behind you guys picking your goat? What factors do you consider? Quickly, on a very quick note.
For me, it's just I think on top of all the accolades that the person has
Yeah.
gotten, there also has to be an emotional connection
Yeah.
to the person. You know, when I see Shelley and Fraser Price, there's something that moves. Like when I watch her, when she's about to have a race, my God, you should look at me. I'm just a mess.
Yeah, finished
I'm
man.
just like,
at
oh
that
my
at
God.
that point.
So I think that emotional connection has to be there.
I thought it was not allowed.
Lyles?
How will it,
Lyles?
Lance has not even reached any level to be
part
called a goat
Jamaican.
in any
I'm
way.
Jamaican when it comes to
Lyles.
athletics. I'm Jamaican. So all my favorite athletes are Jamaicans.
Fair enough. So what was your criteria?
No, normally you always have an emotional side. For any player that you just see as good, there is this emotional part of you that
Yeah.
takes shine. And also I think it's the story behind their
Yeah,
game,
story
the
is
input,
very
how it
important.
went through.
Connect to it.
All of them I have a good story, and especially for Simone Biles. When I see her on the that's the floor of gymnastic, it just tells you that nothing is impossible.
Yeah.
For how she does it, she redefines gravity, makes it look like we that are standing on we don't know what we are doing. She's just, I think that's for me. I think there's always a storyline behind it.
Yeah, and I think I agree with what you guys have said. For me, it's also about the accolades, everything, and also the aura when you are winning. You must win with a certain kind of aura. You must make
Yeah.
it look so easy, so effortless, And I also like a bit of arrogance too.
Yeah, it's very
A
important.
slight
Back
bit
it
of
up.
arrogance that you can
And
back
if
up
you
least
what
do
you're
it the way
doing.
Usain Bolt does it.
Yeah,
Usain
so
Bolt doesn't
it
come
makes
off as
sense.
obnoxious or anything.
Yeah,
At least
Even
there's
when
anything
he's
to
being
remember
arrogant.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic is his arrogance. At least,
You
even
don't
if
know sweet like that.
he's not in Champions League, we just remember that guy was
Not sweet
arrogant.
like that. Usain Bolt had it. But just to
Anyways,
mention, just
yeah.
before we go,
Okay.
Pele almost signed for Valencia. I just want to put it out there.
I
At
beg you,
16, we scouted him.
Do you know how many
almost.
players Arsenal would have signed?
That's Arsenal's business. We almost signed Pele. So
Almost. Arsenal almost signed Messi.
just saying.
Arsenal almost signed Ronaldo.
Anyways, now that we can ignore what these
But
two
we
people have
signed. Real
said,
Madrid will sign anybody.
now that we can
Just
ignore
know that.
what they have said, let's move on to the end of the show because now it's time to wrap it up. It's been a fun time discussing the GOATs of sport. And I'm sure maybe in the next 10 to 15 years, when people are watching this video and discussing topics like this, a player like Kai Havertz will be able to come into these discussions as one of the GOATs and one of the top sportsmen
Go.
Kai
of
Havertz.
all time.
Even go to the market to shouting. What is that?
Anyways, let us know in the comment section below who are your
None of the
favorite
goats,
goats
man.
of all time across all sports and what criteria are you using to determine who your goat is. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and also tell your friends to watch this video and also catch us in our next video when we give you more interesting topics and football discussions. Stay tuned.
Valencia.
Kai
In
Havertz,
Madrid, we
Edmundo
signed